Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am here with another plan with me. Oh goodness, why am I hitting things? You know what, let me do this. Move this out of the way. So I'm just pulling a cord down so that I don't hit it and knock my tripod and all that fun stuff. Okay, so we are here. We're going to be planning for June 12th through the 18th. Yes, June 12th through the 18th. It is also my son's birthday week. Coincidentally, I mean, I knew that I needed a birthday kit coming up, and coincidentally, this just happened to be one of the new releases we released this last Friday. So it wasn't planned that way because I don't look at this planner when I plan new releases. I plan as I need. In fact, actually, I would have put this one out in April, but things were a little crazy in April. So came towards the end of May. It just happens that I'm here because we've already done this one. This was last month's mystery kit. And we have this open week, and I wasn't ready to do that. And we have already laid down this one because this was the month before's mystery kit. And then last week I did this. So let's go ahead and look back onto what this current week is looking like. So this is the I Am a Foodie kit. I really like it. It is turning out really, really well. We're currently on Saturday, so I still have some things I have to fill in come later today and tomorrow, and then I'll obviously fill this in, but we have really honed in on getting this stuff like down and pat. So I'm excited. And look, my audiobooks, I have been reading books. I finished one this last week, and I am currently in the middle of 3. I read Beautiful Creatures. So I watched the movie. Okay, we're going to discuss this. Okay, while I'm laying down stuff. I finished Beautiful Creatures, and I was mad because I had watched the movie before I read the book. That's how I actually knew it was a book. I didn't even know it was a book. So I read or watched the movie before I read the book. I was reading the book, and I've watched the movie a couple of times because I found it to be completely fascinating. I mean, if you don't know what it's about, it's got like this whole Southern Gothic meets witches and light and dark and mortals and Civil War stuff, and it just is like right up my alley, right? So I've watched the movie a couple of times. I like the actors who portray the characters, and I want to say Viola Davis plays a pretty big role, and what's her name? I can't even, I forget it every time. I know her name, but she was the actress who played Nanny McPhee. Oh my gosh, I know this name. I know this name. I'm gonna look it up because this is ridiculous. I know it's like right there on the tip of my tongue. Oh gosh. Emma Thompson. I knew it was Emma Thompson. Okay. Let's see. I want to say Emmy Rossum also plays a character in that movie. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm just looking it up right now. Yeah, she does. She plays one of the characters in there. And I really like the cast, and I really like the storyline. However, when I was watching the movie, I was like, there's some stuff missing. I can feel, I mean, that's usually how book to movie adaptations go, and stuff, but it did definitely feel like something was missing. So I was like, you know what? And this was years ago that I actually put these audiobooks. I used my credits on Audible to buy like all of them. And I started listening to this book 2019, and I finally decided to finish it. And let me tell you, I am so mad because the movie is nothing like the book. I mean, I'm glad that I had the characters in, you know, like who they chose to be those characters, because that's what I could envision in my mind for those characters. Yeah, I was so mad. That movie could have been so much better. That first book, Beautiful Creatures, could have really been 2 movies, to be honest with you, because there was so much information and so much that they left out. And so I feel gypped. I feel like it was, you know, when some of the big movies or book to movie adaptations that become pretty popular. Although I don't ever remember this one being popular, but we'll talk like Twilight and Harry Potter. When they adapt them to the movies, sometimes they leave out some very, very, very important things. And it gets very, very frustrating. So I enjoyed the book far more than I enjoyed the movie. And so will I watch the movie again? Of course I'll watch the movie, but I'll be like, this isn't what I read. So I wouldn't say that it's a book to movie adaptation. I'll say it was inspired by the book. But I started the second one, and I was actually kind of sick of hearing the narrator's voice, so I actually stopped that one. And then my friend recommended me One for the Money by Janet Ivanovich. And I just couldn't get right into it. Like, I like the premise of it. We talked about it for quite a while. I like the whole premise of it, but I just couldn't get into it. So I had one in my wish list. Now I got to go back and I got to see what I wrote down to make sure. Yeah, so I finished Beautiful Creatures. I'm in the middle of Beautiful Darkness. I'm in the middle of One for the Money, but I opened up The Housemaid. It's been one that has consistently been popping up in my recommendations for a while, and I wanted to get into it. I'm loving it so far. You know, so I am not a little over half, but not quite 2/3 of the way through it. So I am, you know, I'm well invested in this. I finished The Midnight Library not too long ago. I really loved that one. So I have really been on a, what is it called? I've really been on a, audiobook kick lately, especially when we have massive amounts of cutting or designing that I have to do. That's really when I can hone in on them. And, you know, people come in, you know, tap me on the shoulders. My kids come and tap me on the shoulders. My husband asks me questions, this, that, and the other. So I'm not able to finish them as fast as I would if I didn't have any interruptions, but that is completely fine. I'm still finishing them. I haven't picked up The Cruel Prince. I think I talked about that one. I ended up having it in my wish list on Audible, and I was like, man, this one just looks so familiar. I don't know why. And I was getting ready to purchase it, and I just happened to be like, you know what, let me go look on my bookshelf and see what actual books I have, because I ended up going to the library, and my son and I are doing this whole game thing because he doesn't know what he wants to read. I mean, he's an avid reader, but at some point you're just like, you know, you want a little spice and excitement. And so we've been doing these kind of pick back and forth, tell one person to stop, and they just move their hand, and then you tell them to stop, and they, you know, have to pick a book off the shelf type thing. You kind of like, they go back and forth, and then you're like, stop, and where their finger is, that's the book they have to pick. So we've been doing that. He's gotten a couple of good ones. This last one I got, the premise seemed pretty cool. Like they were going to be fighting supernatural creatures and whatnot. But when I started reading it, I was like, I'm lost. I'm so lost. So I pulled up Goodreads. Who was it in my comments? I don't have I have my phone here, but I don't want to go thumbing through it because I already went thumbing through my phone to get you that name for the movie. Oh gosh, I see you right in front of me. Anyways, we were talking Goodreads in the comments on one of the videos. And so I ended up going to Goodreads. I'm not on Goodreads. But that's where you can get a lot of reviews. And I started to read the reviews of this book, and all of them were very much like, if you have not read the first book, the second book is not going to make much sense to you. You have to have a lot of the backstory that happens. And so I was like, okay. And it was a short book, so I was kind of disappointed because I wanted I wanted to have kind of that supernatural excitement. So anyways, we ended up putting it back in the library bag, and trying to think, do I have this light blue color? I don't know if I have a light blue color like this. But anyways, let's see. But I ended up, yeah, that's gonna be way too different. Okay. Just trying to think. You know what? We're gonna do where we do something different on the weekends. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna have our sticky notes. I think I am gonna kind of just color code. I'm just gonna go down the line. I'm not gonna think too hard about this. Put it back in the library bag, and I decided, you know what, let me see what I have on my bookshelf. I really want to read a book, but I don't want to listen to one. I want to go sit in the bathtub, and I want to read a book. That's what I really want to do. And I went downstairs, went to the bookshelf, and I saw right out of the corner of my eye something that looked very familiar. And then I went, oh, that's in my Audible wish list. And I was like, no way. So I pulled that out. So I haven't picked that back up, and I haven't been reading that, which is fine. It's just, we've had some crazy days to get some stuff done. But I am listening to books during the day, which I really, really, really do love. So, all right, so let's take a look here. What do I want to do? I definitely want to pull in patterns. That is one thing that I definitely want to do. If we're going to do like solids here, I definitely want to pull in patterns. So let's see what we got here. Do I have room? It's going to be a quarter box, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Perfect. I am fine with that because quarter boxes are amazing. But yeah, so I've just been reading away. Or listening away. But my podcasts have also not been putting out material that has been exciting for me. I'm not going to say like good material or like bad material. I'm just going to say like material that's like exciting to me. I haven't really been drawn in like I was a few months ago. So I am giving a lot of my podcasts a break and just kind of focusing in on the books and stuff, because that's kind of where I just feel I need to be. My next step is to actually find some more business related books. I had to go get me my own library card. And I need to look at what our local library has to offer in terms of like audiobooks, because I would really like to get into reading some business type books. So that is my next goal to do, and is on my list. So yeah, I don't know, I think the summer is going to be full of a lot of reading. I know that the kids will be doing a ton of reading, doesn't surprise me, and stuff. So they're all going to be part of some summer book reading programs, and we are not short on books in any way, shape, or form. So I'm completely fine with that. You know what? Let's do this here. Okay, I am going to have to modify my stuff just a little bit. Okay, let's see. I have what do I do? You know what? Let's save these because I can get the last two colors in these. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So, but anyways, it has been, other than that, this last week has been pretty boring. I'll talk about my son's Taekwondo competition that we went to last week. I will talk about that during our memory keeping one. So Friday's video, he did really, really well, you guys. But it was a complete and crazy adventure for sure. Let's do the party hats. It was definitely a complete and crazy adventure. Getting out there, it just, yeah, it was not exactly the way that I thought it was gonna go. So yeah, but yeah, this last week, what else did we do this last week? I mean, I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday. We're going back today, later today. So after I'm done filming, we are going to head out, and I am going to go back to Hobby Lobby. We're going to go to Michael's. We're going to go to Home Goods. We might hit At Home. I'm not exactly sure just yet. We did a whole bunch of grocery shopping yesterday. We went to the farmers markets this morning. That was really, really fun. And we are debating on submitting our application for booth to do some of this planner stuff at a booth. So we are dabbling in that. That would be fun and exciting, don't you think? To actually have Avalon and Ninth at a booth. I mean, if you're close enough, you could come actually see me in person. That would be super exciting. I am always down for that. So yeah, we have a couple of those things that we're doing. And I'm trying to think. The kids have to mow the lawn today. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I was supposed to get the pork in the crock pot today because we were going to have pork salads. They're kind of like, it's going to be the sweet pork copycat-esque recipe from Costa Vida. I know not everybody knows what a Costa Vida is. I don't even really know how to explain it. It's just really good burritos, tacos, salads, just super, super yummy stuff, right? We don't have one nearby, so I have to kind of like do copycat recipes the best that I can. And that was supposed to be for dinner tonight. However, I completely forgot to get up early enough to get it all started in the crock pot. So that is actually going to be shifting to tomorrow, which is fine because we're going to have wings last night and we were tired. After a day of shopping, we were tired. So we decided to just grab some pizza. So we've got wings we got to get done tonight. And everything. We were huge foodies at the store yesterday. I mean, it was Memorial Day. I mean, it is Memorial Day weekend. So like everybody was out shopping. Everybody, you know, there was like taste testing. I mean, we were taste testing everything at Costco. If they had little taste testings at our local grocery store, we were doing that. We were just, you know, and my kids, we call them, okay, you guys ready for this one? Okay, so we do a little, you know, like charcuterie boards. And I usually pull out some different types of salami, veggies for sure, dip. We have cheese, there's crackers. And really, honestly, it's like one of the really easiest things for the kids to like put together themselves. Work together as a team to get it done, and then everybody has a great time. My husband is very much like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. He's not a huge fan of it because a lot of the times they have such a huge focus on the cheese aspect, and he's not lactose intolerant, but he is definitely sensitive to lactose. So we sit there and do them, but because, you know, I've had little kids in the past, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of missing the whole little kid aspect, and the cute things that they used to say. We call them shark booty boards. I know that I heard that somewhere. My kids laughed at it when they heard it, and it's just kind of stuck. So yeah, we call them shark booty boards. and we usually have one a week and have something new to introduce. And so this time my husband's like, I want in on this. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, no, I want in on this. This is gonna be fun. I was like, okay. So we went to the cheese section and we were looking at all the cheese. He's like, I know I'm not huge on the big cheese aspect that goes on. I was like, we don't really focus in on the cheese. We focus in on, you know, the meat and the crackers and the veggies and introducing new things that way, whether it be dips or different types of veggies, things like that. And we ended up trying this red cheddar, and I'm not a huge cheddar fan. So I was like, it's okay. But they paired it with these sweet and spicy red peppers. Oh my gosh. So our shark booty board is gonna get an upgrade this week because we are gonna have some spicy and sweet red peppers, and I am so excited. We're gonna try a couple of different cheese as well. So we have a tomato basil, and we have a habanero and pepper jack cheese. So we are having two different types of cheese. Yeah, two different types of cheese this week. That's gonna go with our shark booty board. I am absolutely thrilled and excited because food is, well, I'm not shy to food. I love complex and different types of flavors. I also have a very bad sweet tooth as well, but you know, I love different layers. I love things that start out sweet and then they build in intensity and heat as they go through. Really love things like that. I'm not opposed to super sour stuff. That doesn't bother me. So yeah, I mean, we're just gonna do it. So I'm excited to introduce the kids to something new with this. And really, honestly, as I've been watching like reels and stuff and like YouTube shorts, there's like some of them like, why are some millennials obsessed with charcuterie boards? And one of them, you know, goes all the way back to when she was a you know, kid, and it came back to all the Lunchables we used to eat, and I was just like, that is absolutely hilarious. That is so funny, but it's kind of true. Like, if I remember having the option to take Lunchables to school for lunch, especially on like field trips and things like that, and I love it. I have always loved doing like meat and cheese and crackers as a meal. It has never bothered me. I know for some people, you know, like when they were younger, that's what their parents would do, and their parents felt super guilty about it, but the kids thought it was the most fantastic thing. My kids think it's the most fantastic thing too, so I'm like, why not? One, it's easy cleanup. Two, it gets them eating their vegetables, and it gets them trying new things. And three, it's so low key, and everybody just has a great time because they get to just eat what they like. So, hey, I'm all for it. I am all for it and gonna keep doing it. So, because there's days that I cook stuff that nobody wants to eat, including myself. And there's days that I cook stuff and I'm like, I should have cooked more. I should have cooked more. And that's always hard. It's always very, very hard to gauge that one. So, okay, let's see what we have going on here. Okay. I may be able to get away with a couple of different things. So let's see. We're just finishing this up. I'm really stoked with how cute this looks already. Yeah, he is gonna be 17 and I am not ready for it. I'm not ready to have that old of a child. That means next year he turns 18, which also means it's a voting year. And yeah, I'm gonna have room for another thing. Okay. which also means he's, you know, it's a voting year and it's going to be his first time voting. So we have some preparation to do this next year. I mean, he's already done a lot in, I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in between, just because I don't necessarily need anything there, but I feel like this just gives it a little bit more. We fill in that white space and it just, yes. Okay. So he's done like Constitution and voting stuff in the past with, you know, obviously us homeschooling. And this is not the one that I want to do because I'm going to be doing an orange one. So I'm not too worried there, but there are definitely some extra things that, you know, I mean, he's going to be 18. He's going to need to know how to go up. We were fortunate enough to have, was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. A voting cycle happened in, you know, our state and especially in our county that we had to go for. And so we took all the kids so that they could actually see how it happened, things like that. So like I said, I'm not worried in that regards, but I definitely, you know, want to prep him because it's an important thing. Voting is a very important thing. So, but I'm not ready to have an 18-year-old. I mean, I know that he's 17, but I can tell you that I was laying in bed last night and I told my husband, I said, I miss when they were little. And people used to always tell me, like, you know, enjoy these moments. And as a mom in the thick of it, it's really hard to enjoy those moments, right? But I tried the best that I could. And I remember just spending some days, I was like, chores can wait, house stuff can wait. I really am just going to sit here and snuggle and just watch my kids play and watch them, you know, just do their thing. And now here I am, and I've done all of those things, but I have tiny adults. And it kind of got me a little sad. I'm not going to lie, because I was like, man, time is so cruel. So anyways, I'm going to cry if I talk about it anymore, because it is. It's a very, very cruel thing to do to a parent. Because I was like, man, when we look at it, we have less than 8 years until our youngest is an adult. And I was like, man, that really just kind of hurts too, because she'll be on her, you know, going her way, and our boys will have gone on their way. And I'm like, man, at least we'll have the animals and stuff, you know, but boy, and I'm excited to see where they go. It's going to be so awesome to watch them grow, but I can't help but just be a little bit sad about it at the same time, because you don't get enough years. You just don't. Okay, you guys. So this is my son's birthday week. I think it turned out fantastic. And yeah, I can't wait to, I know that this week is going to be here before we know. We've got a couple of things that we're actually getting ready to do. I think we're going someplace this week. I think we're going to do it on Friday. I'm not sure. If it's not this week, it's definitely this week. And then we definitely have stuff going on this week. So I'm excited. In fact, actually, come to think of it, I think we end up having to go somewhere this Saturday as well. I think we have another competition on the books. Oh boy, summer is going to be so busy. Man, I look forward to when school starts because it gets less busy. So yeah. All right, you guys, if you enjoyed this kit, it is in the shop. Everything is linked down below. Leave me comments if you enjoyed this. And yeah, give the video a thumbs up too. Okay. All right, you guys, you have a wonderful and safe Memorial Day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye now.